Hello there. So this is the beginning stages. I just wanted to share how I created this cave. It's a romantic cave at the Love Cave Park. And the process was a little tricky because I had no tutorial or anything to go by. Just an idea in my head, which had actually, I think, turned out pretty good. So this was the beginning stages where I attempted to use, I believe this was the cottage living animal shed, because it had that dark entranceway, I thought that would be perfect for the entrance of it. But it didn't work really well sized down, so the idea was to size down an object that would give function to the inside of the cave. And what I ended up doing instead was just to make the cave bigger and just have a regular size object that would be fully functional. And so I took my sim because what I wanted was this center entrance and then have like a little pond on each side of the entrance where the water cascades and falls down. So I just had to go bigger to make it work. So using the Alt 9 where you can lift up. Of course, you have to have your cheats, you know, um, have to have your cheats enabled, of course. And then I use the bracket and the control bracket to size up the rocks. I use the Riviera kit, Grotto, Grotto, cascading rocks and cascading fountains, sizing them up to lift them. I do not end up using these jet sprayers. I just felt like it just didn't end up being what I wanted. And so it was kind of hard to see where the water and the floor was because the whole building, when you're in the build mode, the ground is all yellow when you do terrain manipulation. So I didn't manipulate the ground until after I placed the cave. So everything was just flat and I just knew where I wanted the little ponds on the left and right to be and had the little entrance. I had my Sims go stand there, and so that way I took the rock to create the ceiling and I lifted it up after I sized it way up, I think two or three times, and put it above a good, make sure that it was, definitely going to clear their head when you have the entrance. Not too big because I didn't really want the entrance to be really big so you can see everything inside. I wanted a little bit to be kind of, not knowing everything that's in there. But I do put orb lights in there also, so that way it's not dark. Even though it doesn't matter to them. You can give them command, they're going to go do whatever. But I lifted up the rocks and I made enough room for him to walk around. And then I built rocks to fill in any gaps. Also, the terrain behind, see where the corner is on the grid? There's plenty of room behind where I have this to build the retainer wall. So it ended up the retainer wall was literally right on the property line. And so I manipulated the terrain behind the cave so that way it will fill up any gaps. And then I put flowers and I put rocks at the bottom to kind of give it that retainer wall look, and then filled all of that in with flowers. And I tried to keep it as base game as possible. Now those flowers at the front entrance, I used my wedding story, that round arch, that circular arch, I thought was perfect for the entrance. And then, those cascading flower bouquet, I sized that down and used that for the entrance. And then put that heart-shaped bush right smack in the center. And I thought it just worked out perfect. You can just click on that and they can go in there, and it's a little place your sim can nap in there also. So here I have them go over there and stand exactly in the center of where the cave is going to be. And then I use the cascading water rocks where the water would flow to the left and the right, and there is a little bit of fountain. If you was to go in first person with your sim inside the cave, you can actually see a little bit of water flowing, but not right on top of the bush. So And I put those to the moon and back orb lights. I sized them down and stuck them kind of near the entrance. You can see right there when I tilted it to that angle, you can see that that's in there. So it's not dark in there. And then I put some swans out there and look back in the background, you can see the waterfall off in the distance. So I thought that was just perfect. And just fill it all in with flowers. And it's just this waterfall cave. This is fully functional for your Sims for a little romantic getaway. And I actually used this for a wedding getaway once they went and had their reception. They came here, and see behind there, see that where right there on the corner I built this retainer wall, and then just sort of the slope kind of went slightly upwards. So all that's just a botanical garden. I did mix some rocks in with that just to kind of give it more natural look. I probably should have done a close-up of it, but this is on that gallery as Love Cave Park, I believe is what it's called. And I put those floor lamps you have to do the unlocks entitlement cheat to get the floor lamps, and you size them all the way down as much as possible and hide them in the flowers all the way around. So I'm going to show you, this has no street lights or anything like that, but it is well lit at night because it's got a glow, and you can choose whatever color that you want for those floor lamps. It'll set all the lamps in the park to the same color. I love the floor lamp for that reason. It just makes everything so pretty at night. Usually I use the yellow or the green, and it just makes everything glow so pretty. And I just hide them inside flowers. And so I'm going to show you here. So this is them, I tested it out and it works perfect. So then one of my Sims got married, and so they came here, and I put that little romantic area over there with the candles. And for whatever reason, my Sim sat on the candle. I was like, I don't think they're supposed to do that. But that little rock bench over there, so maybe not put the candle on that bench. But I didn't tell them to sit there. They just sat there like autonomously. I wanted them to sit on the bench. But anyways, it worked out. And so there's the piano over there and the little romantic area. So here it is. All this lighting is the little floor lamps. It's like a glow color, and it's so pretty at night. And you hear birds at night in this park too. I really love it. See, so it's plenty. The entrance is plenty big enough for them to go in there, and it's well lit inside. And you can go first person mode, and it works perfectly. So I hope you like that. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you have a blessed day.